Hopefully this thing is on. Good.
It looks like it is.
And fancy.
They said getting the 3 was the worst.
It's not, I promise.
Are we having dinner?
So why do you guys tweet?
They should have bread. They should have bread at these things, and we could just jam on some bread.
Every table had a different appetizer. This would be.
That would be so awesome.
So what'd you do with your 5 minutes while I had some rolls?
Yeah.
Right.
White
That was it.
Finish on some lunch.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Set
I
a
agree.
new precedent.
So I'll go. Your hair. So
I have it.
let's go with this here. Drew Carey, for example, got laser eye surgery, but he always has to wear the glasses because it's become him. He's like iconic with it. Sure. The hair is becoming you. Do you want to stick with it, or because personally, I love it, but is there a 3-part episode coming down the road where you go back?
The locks are well over some.
I don't plan on cutting it anytime soon. I've never liked haircuts, and it's cool that I finally have a job where they don't ask me to cut my hair.
Wake had his hair going way before we did the show. And like one job was pizza delivery was making him cut his hair. So the dude would take his hair and fold it under every morning. It was like a 45-minute process, and then bobby pin it. It looked like a total dweeb.
And then eventually I'm like, I don't want to do this job anymore. And then thankfully he's got the show. And I've been growing it ever since.
You guys are really good pushing limits on the show. Tell us something that couldn't make it on the air. Something that either standards and practices cut or you self-edited.
We had to fight for a few things, but most of the time it's like we just do it, and then people see that it's funny, and then we don't have much issues.
Nothing's been cut?
Well, it's mostly like fighting for stuff. Yeah, like at first, like Adam's mangina.
Right.
Like,
That was a tough one. That was a
Mangina.
tough one because that was in the script. So the mangina was there, and they're like, "You cannot do this." And we're like, "Well, wait a minute. Why? What's the deal? We've never seen this before." Because you can't show pubic hair. Oh, well, what if Adam shaves his pubic hair? Then we can do it, right?
There's always ways around.
Yeah, it's fun to try and find it. Or like even in the first season when we had the whole office chanting "suck our dicks, suck our dicks." They're like, you have to bleep out dicks. We're like, no, it's not as funny if you bleep it out. And so
We're not actually telling people to suck our dicks. It's like hypothetical. It's like a
dick.
metaphorical.
The dick is the man.
And then you word it right, and then they're like, okay, we could do that.
Is there anything you've ever written that you thought you went too far and you decided to just not shoot it that you could tell us about? Like an idea you left on the drawing board that was just too crazy? No? All right, good.
Yeah, we're doing it.
Good.
We try and
Everything hang out. Yeah.
Do you ever hear feedback from fans like online that helps you write and create new episodes? Like, I wish this happened in the show, and then you wrote it into it.
We kind of just talk amongst ourselves about the ideas, really.
I think sometimes people will, maybe it'll come up, like we'll read something on Twitter and be like, oh yeah, I heard somebody say something about this, and then, oh yeah, that's kind of funny, maybe that'll take us in a direction, but as far as like fans submitted like ideas, I don't think we yet to.
No, we haven't wandered down that path.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it would be
Let somebody
crazy.
write an episode.
Yeah, you're just like, all right, guys, here's your chance.
So why are you
Write
guys
an episode.
why are you guys on Twitter? What do you like to tweet about?
I don't know. I usually hit my rampages when I'm drunk.
I always see those just like 8 in a row, and it's like, oh,
Today was cool. I was on fire this morning. I was like real hungover. I think I had some of the best tweets this morning. It's like 8 good ones. And I was just like this.
So in terms of you guys' writing, what percentage of what you guys initially write to what, ends up getting made up on the spot? What percentage do you guys think that, when it comes to filming?
Is improv?
Yeah, like what
Like, you mean,
percentage?
how does it change? Well, the story doesn't change.
Yeah.
The
We
story,
work really hard on our scripts.
very rarely do we walk into a situation where, like, we need to change the scene because it's not wrapping things up. Because we really go in with a full skeleton of an idea, of a story. Now, in terms of, like, the dialogue, that changes a lot. I would say, like, 60%, changes. Because on the day, it's like, especially if you're counting word for word, because there's no way you're going to go into a scene that you wrote 6 months ago or 3 months ago and be like, yes, I want to say it exactly like this. And we're not like a network show where we have to say it word for word for word.
Yeah, it's actually weird, like going on other shows and other sets where like the writer's there and they're like say every word right, and it's like stressful because on our set it's like just
Let it flow.
Yes, go.
Be in the moment. You know what I mean?
Make
Say
me-
what you want to say.
But say you go on an entourage episode, it's a little tougher. You gotta be like really memorize your shit. Like this ain't Shakespeare, man.
Well, you think it's also because you own it, and like since you wrote, you're okay with the
Right,
things,
we don't
whereas
mind
if the
shitting
writer
on
on the
each
side is
other.
like, this is my one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have that. You don't have that attitude on the set.
Yeah, man, it's like we don't take offense if like somebody wrote the script and it's no offense, we're just punching it up on the day. It's for the better of the show, and I think like that's also I think a good skill to have as a writer is being open to letting the actor adapt their words.
Because then it just feels more natural. You know what I mean? And our show has a very natural feel to it, like especially because we're all friends and whatnot. And it's a lot of people say it's just the conversation aspect of the show that makes people feel like they're friends. You know what I mean? And makes people feel like they're one of them.
Right.
So I think it's the only way to create something.
Yeah.
You know, the other way doesn't make any sense.
3 seasons in, is the show where you want it to be, or things you want to change? You think?
The show's good, man.
Yeah.
I like the show. I'm actually a huge fan. I've been a huge fan of our stuff since we started.
Yeah, it's like as long as we're having fun doing it, which we are, I think we'll keep doing it. And like the network never is like you can't do this. So yeah, I think we're having what we want to be, like doing the show we want to do. So we're having a fun time, and hopefully people enjoy it.
Thanks, guys.